So from here, I am pressing the bicep. I'm lifting my hips and pushing my shoulder blades into the floor. I'm doing this for dramatic effect. It'll be quicker than this. Then you're gonna clamp this leg down on their back. Then that should kind of free you up to bring the other leg across. I'll say that this arm needs to come across, and so you can either do that before or after you lock the triangle. For now, I'll just show before. I'll pull that across. So if you need help to lock your legs, you can cup the back of their head to break the posture, grab your own shin, push that hip, and lock it. Then if you need to cut more of an angle, reach under either their leg or their arm and pull yourself a little more, and go ahead and squeeze. If you're still not finishing it, add that arm clasp. And then I'm gonna go back and show kind of one more option. So from here, if you're finding with that like press on the biceps that you just can't get your hips high enough, you can also use this foot pushing into the hip to give you that extra height, but that just changes it a little, so you'll have to bring this leg over first. So that comes over. Again, we lock it, cup the head, grab your shin, lock it. This time I'll show you what happens if you lock first and then you need to get the arm over. So we're here, this arm needs to come on this side, so I am going to straighten out and extend my hips, again, keeping my weight on my shoulder blades, and that's gonna open up this space where you can see the arm just kind of popped out on its own, but then I can use my arm to guide it across, and then I bring my hips back down. But for this one, actually we can be kind of in the middle. We don't need to be like off on one hip. So again, I'll get my foot in the bicep and that full extension, full stretch. And then I'm gonna try to show you guys in slow motion, but it's kind of hard. So basically I am pressing down on this arm and lifting my hips as high as I can. And then this leg, this free leg, is gonna like kind of clamp down on her back. And so I'm pressing down into her back. I'm thinking about that almost like I'm like trying to do a hamstring curl, like pulling my heel towards my butt. But that's gonna give me the pressure on her back to then be able to release this foot, and I'm gonna bring this across. And so if you're like me and you've got long legs or a lot of mobility, you might be able to go ahead and lock the triangle without using your arms. If not, for probably most people, I'm gonna show you how in a second, but first I wanna show, for that triangle, you really want to, it's like the back of your knee that's gonna be locking, and you want it to lock over your ankle, not over your foot. If you go over your foot, you're basically gonna be like foot locking yourself. You might hurt yourself. It's gonna put a lot of stretch on these tendons on the front of your ankle. So you want it to be over your ankle or over your shin like this. So then I'll go back from our spider. We're pressing down on the bicep. And also if you need the help to get more lift in the hip, you can use this other foot on their hip also to press, to get that lift. If you do use that foot, that will make it a little different. You'll have to put this leg up first. But so here. If I can't lock it without my arms, what I'm gonna do, I like to use this hand to kind of just like cup the back of their head or back of their neck to keep their posture broken down. Most of the defenses from triangle have to do with them posturing up, so you want to keep their posture broken down. Then I can take this other hand to grab my own shin, and then you can press this foot into the hip that is going to both like help close down the space and get this tighter. And you can see it's also like turning my body this way. And so it's both easier to lock and easier to finish the triangle if you're not straight onto them, but more at an angle, almost like perpendicular to them. Okay, so I have grabbed my shin, and now I can lock that leg over. Go easy with your partner. Again, depending on how long your legs are, the triangle might be really tight or it might be loose. So partner, don't hesitate to like tap early or tell them to loosen up a little bit just for the sake of the drill. But if you get here, if you need to cut more of an angle, you can reach either under their leg if you can reach it, or if not, under their arm, and just pull yourself. So now you can see I'm really like a T, perpendicular to her. And then, sorry, I'll let you out for a second. Then you'll squeeze your legs, and so you want to both like clamp this leg down, and if you can, rotate it inward, almost like you're like pigeon toeing, and so you can see how that takes the space of this triangle between my legs and makes it smaller. It closes down more of the space. And so we'll just go to the end. When I'm here, if it's still not finishing, maybe you have really long legs, your partner has a very skinny neck, you can clasp your hands behind that knee and just kind of hug them in and use that to give a little more compression. So yeah, the triangle works by, on one side her shoulders blocking her carotid artery, and on the other side it's my leg blocking